us come and do a set and find a hose. Tell us come and do a set and find a hose. Now turn them on. Turn all the hose them on. Jenna, mad. Jenna. I got the place governed. Do what you want.
Carnival. Ecstasy.
I got the place governed. Do what you want. I got the place governed. Do what you want. Do what you want. I got the place governed. Do what you want.
Whole place turned over. So you are in the water. By the way, we're live on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch at Extreme 104 SVG. So you can head on over there right now. If you're moving from your car, you're going into the office, tell the boss, just to give you a few minutes. By the way, work's at 8 o'clock, so it's okay. All right? So those were the top three there from Georgetown, Sokomanak. Number 3 was...
So Raw and... Chow Minister in the water.
Right?
And second place was
Miradan.
Jenna. Mad Government.
Mad Government.
And then number 1, first place, Gabba Finesse, aka 5,000.
So it was an interesting show. I found it really interesting because there were 25 performances. So it was split. So you had the first half, then you had some entertainment, and then you had the second half. Mm-hmm. So, boy, this one had.
Well, you were there, so.
Yeah. It was a long night.
Very long.
When did it start?
It depends on who you ask.
But
right?
they asked when we reach.
Okay.
But they're from very early.
Yeah.
The crowd didn't start coming in until about
12, 1 o'clock.
Yeah, the serious crowd. Like, some people came in around 11, but it didn't really start until like midnight.
Outside, they were outside.
Yeah.
You didn't know how party people start. They would stay outside until until they say, boy, time, we're going inside.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And then the competition started. I didn't even watch the time the competition started, but it was just like, okay, let's go. Movements, time to make some movements. Let's start. So the performances were interesting. And some of the feedback coming from people, some of the artists were boring.
Unknown songs.
Yeah.
Well, seeing that you guys were there.
Yeah.
You saw some of the performances.
Well,
You saw all.
You saw all.
We saw all actually.
Right,
all the performances.
Yeah.
Okay.
You could pinpoint the dead periods, like.
Yeah. He had a good hour.
A good hour boringness.
Yeah, I know, like
Wow.
Yeah.
And that is before. Okay then. So the hype session was just basically who won.
The latter,
No.
the second round.
Actually, it had some in betweens.
Yeah.
Like if they don't know the songs, they the
performance.
people was there, so they know they're giving me.
Okay then. Let me test
Yeah.
it now. Let me test it now. Which artist song that you did that though? It must have at least
It's hard
stick in your
to.
head.
I can't remember.
For me,
names,
if
honestly.
you ask me that, it'd be hard to remember.
Yeah, I can't
But-
remember the name.
Oh.
Let's give the promoter and the MCs some props right now because I think they
Yeah.
realized that okay, people don't really know these songs, so they're not really moving. So they try to hype the crowd in between to maintain a certain level of the show.
Yeah, so they won this sport and go
Right.
go home and what's not.
So in between the performances, instead of having 25 artists who probably more than half of them people didn't know or didn't know the tunes. Yeah, people might have left. But you have to understand, it's a soca monarch.
Supposed to
It's
be
not like
vibes.
a show. No. It's not like a show. It's a soca monarch. Have you ever gone to the big yard and realized that there were some performances you didn't know the song? Like, wouldn't you just stand up and watch?
Yeah, and try to take in what's going on.
Exactly.
Like, wow, this is a good song.
How come I
Oh,
never
I
heard
never
this?
heard it. You know.
Who's he? Who is she?
That-
And I always say,
that was actually me Saturday night. Like,
I heard
who is
this.
he?
Never heard about this one. So there were a lot of young faces, a lot of fresh faces, a lot of new faces.
okay, so that's good for the industry.
It is.
That's good for the industry.
Good that they are coming out, quote unquote, coming out. I know exposing themselves. So
Okay.
yeah, that's good. But the not so good is that I don't know the songs. I don't know if they send them to the station.
Supposed to be able to find them on YouTube.
No,
Nobody thinks they don't know them at all.
never heard
Yeah, you never heard them
before.
at all.
Oh,
I think that was the problem with the crowd. But
so it was like
people
a,
forget it's soca monarch, they
a
think-
talent search.
No man, no.
No.
It was a good platform for
Yeah.
like first timers.
Yes,
And-
it was very excellent for that. Honestly,
God, man. But I think people eat off their head a little bit too much, man. You gotta support the youth, the people who want to get into the industry. It's not an easy industry to be a part of. There's some experienced artists,
You
Who
struggle
would just-
first before you make it.
right? You know, there's some who are at the top right now. You have to pass through a phase.
and then you had some who just came out and because of the song, you know, they you surpass some people.
Yeah.
Obviously.
If you have like a heavy trending
Yeah.
song.
You know, case it for like the in the water, the for Jordan Sarah. That was a heavy song, and then
Yeah.
they're
First timer?
time on the stage. I would like to be on soca on a soca stage.
Okay.
Okay.
So they've been singing before?
Yeah, I think Sarah used to sing before. Remember Sarah had the dance all out, so yeah.
Okay.
Some of the comments are really. Let me
We'll
get into this
throw
one. eh?
some of the comments, man.
When me drumming through the crowd and me hear the DJ say we go and change it up a bit, that does give me headache. It's only because of my name why me don't fling something up there. P.S. Or they don't fling nothing.
This is an artist.
Yeah, this artist. This is Casper G. So they play dancehall out there.
Yeah.
There was a dancehall segment
A dancehall segment in a
within the
soca brother party.
yeah.
I think-
It was rectified. I was watching on the stage and I see when Mr. come over and say, yo.
Oh,
Yeah.
but people responded well to that segment.
Yeah, well,
The dancer.
You know what I find with some of these things that is the people who are on the outside who would more so complain about why is there dance
Exactly.
hall in a soca fit. But if you look at the crowd's response, the people who are responding, like majority, they didn't have a problem with it.
Yeah, it's just vibes.
Yeah. But you know something I observed though is that some of the soca songs that were played during the DJ segments, people weren't really responding to them.
I saw a video where the lady just stand up
Yeah.
in she phone
I don't know if
play,
it was
play the game.
that was actually
No,
during
that was a
somebody's
That was a
performance.
performance.
Oh gosh.
That was a performance.
I think it's a learning lesson, man, for the young artists. If it's the first time, you should go back to the drawing board. It's better out there at a rural soca monarch than
The
at
big
a
stage.
much bigger crowd. It's hard though. You up there
It's stepping
killing
stones.
yourself.
You find a mentor,
Yeah.
get some advice. You know what? You know, a lot of persons don't know. Stage fright is a hell of a thing. You know?
Oh boy,
Yeah.
and the anxiety.
Yes, it's a hell of a
Just
thing.
like
Sometimes
shaking
you
in
can
there.
have all the confidence, and when you're up there delivering to other persons and you see the crowd watching, it's like, oh my gosh, if I fumble.
Don't think about the crowd.
Yeah, it's
Easier said than done.
Easier said
Let me
than
tell
done.
you something. When you
Easier
see
said
your
than
lips
done.
get dry and your throat get dry, and you're trying to
Yeah.
maintain a certain level,
Yeah,
it's real hard.
I think to honestly focus on one person.
yeah, that'll work. It'll work for me.
Try to picture everybody naked.
That'll work for me.
I know, but it's hard, man. It's hard.
Yeah.
Look, so you like rehearsing everything, and
Yeah.
I feel
Sometimes
one
you
of
know it to a T, and then as soon as you come there, you're like, you start to fumble and stuff. Gets the best of you.
one of the things that I think that some of the younger artists might be suffering from is thinking that they could wake up a day, drop a tune, and then go on stage and perform. If people don't know, why am I gonna dance to a song that this is the first time listening to it? When you're listening to something for the first time, you would hear it, right? Like you would sit down and listen. You wouldn't really be vibes in at first unless, the music makes you move, but you'd want to hear what the person is saying. And for the crowd, I feel like that's what happened. The first time they're hearing some of these songs, let alone the type of lyrics of some of these songs too.
One of their problems was the songs wasn't distributed well, promotion-wise.
It could be the individual artists did not do enough to promote their songs. Hello, good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning.
Talk
Let
to
me
us.
tell you something with them other upcoming artists. Just yesterday we had this argument here. Why they keep saying Skinny and Fireman, they must step down and give the youth them a chance. Sing down so. Come out, write good song, and defend yourself. So because he's a champion for the other 10 years, 20 years, I must say, man, let me just hand over my belt and give the younger one a chance. How you could come up so? You have to defend anything was Skinny fabulous. I listened to an interview with Skinny some time back. When he saying like the amount of time he come up against Fireman, but he never give up. So he say, one day. And the day come when he beat Fireman. Magical beat Fireman as well. So we just see where they're coming, but we just saying, one time enough for Fireman come out and young people a chance. You just want hand down just up.
Entitlement.
What would you advise the young artists to do?
Write good song,
Very good song.
come out with good performance, and then you'll get a chance for the crowd.
Any crown at all, yeah? All right. Were you
Hello?
at Georgetown, Sogmanak?
Yeah, I was in Georgetown.
Or you were in Georgetown? Sound like
You
you were in the
wasn't-
street.
Well, I love music, but couple of the songs too, I really never hear them neither.
So you was inside the venue?
Yeah, I was in the venue. I reached out about like after 10. But even kind of just like kind of boringish. For a while, and the DJ them well Pitbull and the other guy they try and you know what I mean. I see
DJ
things
Powers.
differently,
Yeah.
and the DJs them do good.
Yeah, the DJs are very good.
Again, I guess what I say. I'm not going to know how the competition was judged.
Right.
Performance points
Okay.
and lyrics, like in Baga, the judges went over like lyrics and performance and things, you know what I mean?
Right. So it was.
Why do you want to know?
Eh?
Why you want to know?
I think Meradan had a better performance with his dancers and
I'm more
that's
professional.
stuff like that.
More professional
yes,
approach.
and clean, with the judges could see everything.
Uh-huh.
It's not a bag of people on the stage blocking out the artists, and you can hear what the artists saying, and the song playing in the background, and the artists hardly singing, you only standing up and talking and all that kind of thing. Yeah.
As opposed to
Hello?
Meradan was singing his song right through.
Yeah, he sang
Yeah.
his side, I think. He sang his
Meradan,
side.
I want to watch the two performance from Grabber and Meradan and tell me the difference.
Okay, so why you think Grandpa Finners didn't deserve to win?
Performance in minutes. If they were judging off a performance, lose points.
Okay.
In Baga, the crowd invasion on the stage, you did lose points. So I don't know if it goes to Georgetown as well.
Okay.
Okay.
Presentation, mirror than way over grabber.
What about lyrics?
What about lyrics?
Lyrics, we go mash it up and blinking done. Because if we have the place locked down. And I'm the governor run this tongue, nothing else. But congrats to everybody.
Wait, no,
There's one more.
There's one more. What about the melody?
The melody?
As in the
I ain't saying grab a two nights, you know. Grab a two nights. I ain't gonna lie. But mirror than come out. As in,
He performed the
real,
song.
like a real professional for the stage.
Right.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you for your responses, man.
You know,
That's interesting.
That's another thing too. You know,
Look at it.
sometimes you hear the songs on the radio and you're like, God, what is the vibes? You hear it on a big system. It's like, okay, this is a different vibes. But then when you see the artist perform it now, it's like, oh gosh, leave it in the studio, brother.
The top three, their performances were not bad. Like in compared to when you listen to the song, what might have hurt Grabber Finesse was the fact that a lot of people stormed the stage.
Yeah, I don't think that was any fault of his. Actually.
It's not. And at first I thought, okay, this is part of the act, but then it looked like a serious crowd was on the stage. So everybody was like really hyped. They had to stop his performance. He had to start again.
And to be fair, no artist would want a bunch of people on the stage behind them jumping up and down. Obviously something will happen. So I don't think it was any fault of his.
No. And then when even though they started over, it happened again.
Yeah, people realize.
And they stopped. They tried to put him on.
Unruly.
Hello, good morning. How is the show, George? For people. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Sister Crystal, my brother. You know, just want to ask you one
Hey,
question,
morning.
Crystal. I think you could help me. I didn't go. I don't go these sessions. Whether before I was never a fan for these kind of, but I just want to know. You might have been attending them, right? But are the people doing any way to look after themselves, say virus-wise? Are you seeing that to protect themselves and so?
It was a soak of an
You mean
no.
at the event?
Yes, in events. Yeah, you see on any. Yes, because
No.
I know we having crowd. We're hearing crowds. I could hear fireworks going off from where I live in Annisfield, right? But
That's a different
Yeah,
thing.
that's a
Nobody-
different
okay.
event.
You want to know if they're following the COVID protocols?
Yes. Are they doing that?
Ah.
I'm asking you all if they're doing that.
I didn't go. I don't know.
The people inside, no.
Okay, hold on. I don't think he's
That's your
talking about
question?
Joshua.
All right, thank you.
How about we go? Yeah, we're going to answer you. I don't think he's talking about Joshua. I think he mean in general. So you can answer that question.
I can't answer for other
answer for-
shows,
yeah.
but if you're going to like
I went to a few
hype
shows. I went to a few
Sokomana,
shows over the weekend. No, they did not.
people vaccinated,
Yeah. They didn't answer
COVID
any
is
card or
dwindling
anything.
down.
Monkeypox is in new COVID.
Yeah, monkeypox. Can you just forget about monkeypox? But lyrically speaking, though, there was room for a bit of improvement
For some of the
lyrically.
songs.
They were talking about
The
it's
songs,
just sex.
Yeah, a lot of the songs were like sex.
Smutty lyrics.
And yeah, some of them is never
And
playing.
they're just
some
out
of them
there.
is-
There's not even a play on words. Just
So yeah,
out
some of
there
them
like,
never playing was like what?
wait, what's the axe? Son was out there?
Yeah,
Sanson was there.
It was Son came.
Sanson's performance was nice.
That's good.
Yeah, and what he named
I'm looking forward to see
Carbon.
how far this song goes.
Carbon.
Carbon was there as well. Carbon come on the stage with the host of the bread. Watch, and one boy to see bread flinging all over the crowd.
Oi.
I'm like, what?
Oi. That song have potential to win road match, yeah?
With bread?
Yes.
Eat bread and butter. Eat bread and butter. Listen.
Big up all the bakers this morning. Oi. No. I saw last night in Carnival Zest. Yo. Now when that song play, the whole place turn up.
Here's what happened at Georgetown, right? During his performance, hardly anybody was moving.
Exactly.
The bread was moving across the crowd
Yes,
more
man,
than-
it was literally bread. Watch, at one
There were
point,
people-
I sure see people eating bread and
And y'all ain't
Yes,
bring- y'all ain't
yes,
bring
yes.
none. Y'all
Yeah.
ain't bring none.
People were eating the bread too. Because, at the end of the performance, they gave away a pan of butter, all thing.
yeah, a dove butter.
After the show,
Serious?
Yeah, Dove butter.
Dove butter.
after the show,
They had some blood pudding too.
Is blood pudding or bread pudding?
No,
It's blood
I
pudding.
think it's a blood pudding. Yes, they had pudding.
Was it
They had pudding.
was it dark in color?
No, what,
It was
no,
it's so hard to see from the distance.
From where it was, we couldn't see.
But it was given away too. After the show now, after the when people were like outside and the tune was playing again, if you see the people
see
and
the crowd.
responses, where was this
It's
during
like, what
the performance,
going
man?
on?
Right, there's a difference with the artist. It was on a big system.
Man, it was on a van.
Yeah, that's what
It don't matter, it's the same song and he's like eat bread and nobody was like,
Nobody.
So his
they
performance
were watching the bread bake.
So maybe it was the performance.
was a performance. I feel like a lot of artists struggle with the performing. I mean, it could be the stage fright as we mentioned. No, I look at it.
I don't think it was his
right.
performance.
Just
no.
look at right during the COVID period, right? I did this assumption, my personal assumption. I think the artists who can't perform, they strive during the COVID period because they didn't have a chance to perform their songs. So you would hear this music and you'd be like, hey, this song good. But they didn't have the opportunity to go on stage to actually perform the song. So the song big during the COVID period. And then the artists now who could have performed because they didn't put out any music because they want to feel the vibe, the energy. So they didn't put out any music. That's my assumption to the whole thing.
Okay.
I feel like the artists who didn't have who can't perform, I think they should have really take that time, go look at some videos of performances and try to master something during the period. I really didn't expect to hear any show now where artists would be performing now and can't perform because there was a period there for you to at least enhance it in some way.
But if you ain't performance for nobody, how you get enhanced?
Yeah.
So.
If you don't have the right people behind you
right.
either.
Right, I would say you get a mentor, you look at some videos or something to try. You don't have to mirror someone, but you just to
Pick up points
point from it to help you.
They need mentors and guides. So artists, young fellas, young ladies, get somebody who has been in the industry. But then again, it might be hard because there's a bit of a fight down on young people.
That's what they say majority of the times. Oh, the big artists don't look out for me. But then you have to understand too, it's competition too. Everything leads up to the competition. So the artist might be like, hey, I really want to show you my thing and my trick, and you can come and try overshadow.
Huh? You know something too? Here's another point people don't really throw out. Why would a more seasoned artist or entertainer or somebody within the music industry gravitate towards helping somebody with a bad attitude? Somebody who walking around with this air of entitlement. I am young, so give me this, give me that. Y'all supposed to get off the stage now and give us some room. Do you think that they'll be willing to help somebody who is not willing to take advice?
If you knew?
If you knew and you don't want to listen.
But if you knew, why would you have attitude?
Oh,
some people stuck in the way now.
You know.
Sometimes you grow up where you feel a little pompous, you're arrogant and all them things.
You have big tunes. So.
Yeah. Your song probably beating down the radio says like, boy, I don't reach.
Yeah.
And then here's a one-hit wonder.
What do you wonder coming? Was it you wonder where they gone?
Yeah, you wonder where they gone. But I think, well, eventually some of them just get humble now. Because there have been artists over time who have a big track and then they all up all over social media. You see the pompous and thing and then they just fall off. And then they wonder like, hey, why my career didn't take off? People been talking to you all the time. You just need to humble yourself. In anything that you do, you need to humble yourself.
True that. Humble yourself, my people.
Yeah.
Get to know the industry. To enter,
Yeah.
difficult. To stay in, difficult. To maintain, difficult.
I just say you just take advice with a pinch of salt.
Take advice.
A pinch of salt, something like that. Hope I'm not using it wrong, but yeah.
Let me tell you something about that entire night there, right? One of the most memorable points of Georgetown Soca Monarch was Mali. So you read my mind.
Mali
went up, he performed.
Listen, them guys fling Mali on this.
He has a song this year?
You know,
went back with TikTok. Alright.
But he came in a suitcase and I'm pretty sure it's just show the man on his stage in the suitcase. I was like, what?
I just see the suitcase unzipping. Oh, Pops Mali.
I think Mali could be a good entertainer. He just needs some guidance.
Yeah.
He needs some guidance.
Yeah.
But is at the end of his performance? He's like, if I win, I not support I own people.
But and honestly, he thought the truth.
Yeah.
Oh well,
it was funny,
for
but
for his area, because I mean, you'd expect the crowd to perform, saying that it should be the majority.
remember
But
Mali
he had some good responses, man. Like, ooh, especially when he started to wind up on Winter Post.
I think let me train for winter, guys.
He was what?
I think let me train for winter.
Or whosoever. It's still go down though. It's still crowd response.
Well,
But I hope the artists would go back to the drawing board.
I like Chowder them intros.
Oh,
Yeah, with the Titanic.
that guy's an entertainer.
Yeah.
It was creative though. It was a creative intro.
Yeah, he came across in the floaty. Somebody pulling him across the stage, and they had the Titanic playing. So I guess it was portraying Rose.
Yeah. But appeal to artists when you're given opportunities, use them wisely. Think about, okay, you want to raise the standard overall, you have to start small. So this is a Georgetown soca it's a rural soca.
Yeah.
Give it your best shot.
Even if you feel like you're financially challenged, I mean, you have some other stuff.
You could do.
You know, just get some people on stage if you want.
Yeah, ask somebody to assist you with something and make it look a little professional.
remember
Add some to
make
it,
it-
you know.
make
Remember
it look like you're trying.
Rodney Small was here last month or a month before, when they were saying that they have some workshops coming up, writers workshops and
So
those
they
other.
always have workshops.
Yeah, so go out and check them out. You'll learn a few stuff.
And you can get a blight if you're singing about something other than sex.
Yes, please.
And if you want to sing about that, you could be a little bit creative, not to make it so obvious that you're singing about that. Because for some people, it's a bit of a turn off.
Do like Beckett, small pin,
yes.
stroke hard.
I know. I know. Remember my point too. The top three. If you realize, right, there wasn't anything about sex. There was no violence in the songs. It's just vibes. The top three. Just take a look at them.
Okay.
Everybody could party to the songs.
Dance to it and enjoy themselves. So much to learn from the weekend. Thank you so much for joining the live. We're going to take a quick break. And when we come back, we're going